Waiting for IG to pop up. Takes a little bit. How you doing, Mark? All right. All right. Cool. We got the IG going. Make sure we got some other things. We got TikTok on. How you doing, Pure and Chris? So, Um, yep. You got the other stuff going. All right. So, how y'all doing today? So, today we're going to talk about either you're going to make it or you're going to wait, right? So you're going to wait or you're just going to make it happen, all right? So instead of waiting for things to happen, I'm just going to say make it happen, all right? There's no reason to wait. A lot of people say, like, Christians or people who follow religious teachings say, like, wait on the Lord. But also, Bible also says faith without works is void. So you're going to have to do something. So you can't just wait and pray and think and do something. Like, you got to do something at some point, and if you want something to come through, if you want something to pass, and if you're waiting, think about what is it that you're waiting for. Please know what you're waiting for. All right. If you don't know what you're waiting for, then why are you waiting? So I'll give it a story about when I was in the Navy. In the Navy, in order to progress to the next rank, you have to do a test or do a course, pretty much. It's like PPMA. So you have to do these courses, and after you finish one of the courses, right? Well, after you make rank, you can take the next level of courses. But these are like 2 years, 3-year gaps in between. And then people still miss, right, the deadline to complete that course, right? After they had 3 years to do it, 2 years to do it, right? Several years. It shouldn't take that long to do it, but people can do it over the weekend or over a week or so. But people wait for some reason, and then when you ask them, right, because they missed their deadline, they're ineligible to advance, right, and you ask them like, hey, what were you waiting on? And you're like, I don't know. like you didn't want it. So that's what you gotta tell some people. Like, just to be honest and blatant with them. Like, you're not waiting. You just don't want to do it, right? So if you want something, make it happen, right? That's what people do. People make things happen, all right? Even like business, right? So for this studio, right? I first had the studio in my basement, right? And inside my basement, I wasn't getting any clients. Not because, like, I couldn't get clients. It's really, honestly, I didn't want to bring people or strangers to my house, right? I didn't want to have all this equipment and have people see all this equipment in my house. And then I was like putting up like security barriers. I was preparing for it, right? I flipped one of the doors around so I could put a barrier on it, like a wooden block to barricade the door, just in case um, somebody wanted to come into the house, or in the outside, for the outside door, we flipped it around, did security stuff like that, put some cameras down there, all this stuff. I'm like, man, I don't really want someone coming to my house. But once I moved, right, I made something happen. I moved here, right, which made me more comfortable with getting, more comfortable having someone come to this space. I started getting clients. Like, so you got to move things around and make things happen, not just wait for something to happen. Or you have to think about, do you really actually want to do those things, right? So another story was with when I was making beats back in the day. So looking at my notes here, um, when I was making beats, I used to make music in my room. When I first started, right? You gotta start. You gotta do your practice time. Um, and for like a year or two straight, just making tracks in there by myself, right? No clients, right? Didn't get to make beats for anyone. Why? Because I didn't tell anyone I made beats, right? A lot of people want to do stuff or are doing stuff or want to accomplish something, but don't tell people that they're doing it, right? So sometimes you're actually going to have to communicate if you want other people to participate or to take part in what it is that you have to, what it is that you want to do. It's like the marketing portion. That's the hardest part of any type of business is the marketing, and it's basically just telling people, right? It sounds easy, just tell people you got to offer, right? Tell people you got to offer, right? But that's sometimes the hard part is telling people that you do stuff, right? So as soon as I got out of my bedroom, right, I'm making tracks in my bedroom all day long. I got the drum machine right here. Right? Making tracks in my bedroom all day long, years straight, nothing. As soon as I told one person, right, he told somebody, got his cousins and stuff coming over to my house. Started going to the studio. I met, I don't want to name names, met somebody from one of the singers from Blackstreet because I was down in Virginia at that time. But yeah, it like turned around quick. Just getting the word out, right? Just telling someone will get that spark. So a lot of times you can do stuff alone, but it's best to get other people involved and build that network. All right, so get out, talk to people, shake hands. After I did that, I started going to open mics and stuff like that, shaking people's hands, telling them, "Hey, I make tracks." I was on like three or four people's albums after that, right? And it seems like it's hard to do, but if you're in a say in a saturated market, just putting your beats online or just doing something, just putting it in there, and then again waiting, not making something happen. You just posting it online where there's a million people online, and then waiting for someone to buy or to purchase your track. It's not going to work out well, right? So as soon as what I started talking to people, right? Probably every person I talked to purchased a track from me except for one. It was one group I went to the studio and I started playing tracks for them. One of the dudes liked it, the other dude didn't like it, and so they didn't get the tracks. But outside of that, anyone I talked to, I've sold the track to, right? So, and currently working on some films and stuff now. But again, you don't just do one thing and then wait for it to happen or wait for someone to respond or anything like that. Go out, shake hands, talk to people. All right. So make it happen. Make something happen. Don't just wait for something to happen. And again, if you want to start doing something, stop saying you don't know how to do it. All right. Stop saying you don't know how to do it. That's the starting point, right? If you want to do something, realize that you don't know how to do it. And then the starting point is figuring out how to do it, right? Get a book, get a mentor, look online, right? You'll just start and you'll learn the hard way, right? Even if you learn the hard way, you'll learn quickly what not to do in the future so that you can avoid that in the future. You can learn the hard way or you can get a mentor and they can teach you the ways and what not to do. They say experience is the best teacher, but it takes a fool to learn from experience alone. So get a mentor recommendation, right? But if you don't know no one in the field that you want to get into, start researching, start asking. You know, you may not can pay for, you might can't pay for a mentor, but you can pay for a book. All right. You can go online, and online's free, right? So do that. Stop saying you don't know how to do something and start there. All right. And an example with that, I was starting to make apps. It took me, this is when like the iPhone and stuff was first coming out and they was first allowing people to make apps. And I wanted to start making an app. So I didn't know how to program. So guess what? I had to learn how to program. It took me about a year and a half to finally get my app out, right? Because I had to learn how to program it, right? I had to program it, I had to make all the mistakes, and then finally it came out, right? And it was like a year and a half after that, right? But again, I made that happen. What if I said I don't know how to do that and then stop there, right? In addition, after I did that, I learned that that was a mistake, right? It's not a mistake to learn how to program. It was a mistake to think that I had to do it myself and not think that, oh, it's probably some people out here that know how to program that I can pay, right? I had a full-time job. I could pay somebody to program for me. So I paid my second app, I paid someone like $800, and they did it in like 3 months. 3 months. So and I paid like $800 total, right? So either it took me a year and a half to figure it out myself, or I paid someone who knew how to do it. It cost me $800 in 3 months, right? But just stop saying you don't know how to do something. Ask questions, make stuff happen. All right. I think I get that from just make it happen. I get that from the my time in the military, right? Um, Military, like they kind of force you into doing certain things. Like so, it's no, I don't know how to do that in the military, right? They know you don't know how to do it. You may not know how to do it. They may train you on how to do it, right? They'll give you a class or something like that, but it may be stuff that you don't even want to do in the military. I was an instructor in the military. I can run pretty fast. I can run pretty well, do my push-ups and stuff like that, and I can get an excellent on the test. But a lot of people don't get excellence on their tests. So since I got an excellent on my test, they made me the command fitness leader at one point. Like I don't like working out. I can do it. I don't enjoy it, but me being the command fitness leader at that command, they put me in charge of like 1,200 students, right? And their fitness goals and making sure that they can pass their tests. I had about 100 students coming off failures, right? That I had to train to get in shape so that they can get off up and, meet the standards, right? And I had to do that not knowing how to do PT, right? I knew how to do PT, but not knowing how to be a personal trainer. So I had to learn basically to be a personal trainer, learn basically how to do diets and tell people, go to the dietitian and give people dietary advice, right? All this stuff I had to learn. So it's like no excuse. Um, well, you can't basically use I don't know as an excuse. You have to figure it out. So I kind of get this mindset of just figuring things out. And I think it's been a blessing because, again, I get a studio. I can just pretty much put my mind to something and then I can make it come to fruition. It's like manifesting things. So I think it's a great skill. But, you know, stop waiting on things to happen. Stop saying, oh, I don't know how to do things because, how much longer, right, is it going to take for you to accomplish something if you wait as opposed to starting right now, even if you don't know what you're doing? Like just with the coding thing, right? It took me a year and a half to figure out how to make my app. How much longer would it have taken me if I just said I don't know and kept saying I don't know, right? It's like 60-year-old people I know that tell me like, oh, I always wanted to learn that. I always wanted to do that. Like you're 60 years old. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, if you wanted to do it, you would have done it. You don't want to do it, right? So to me, that's just me and my mentality. You may want to do it, right? So that's why I'm telling you, if you really want to do it, start now. Stop waiting. Make it happen, right? You don't want to be 60 years old with regret saying I always wanted to do that and then never did it, right? Right? You had three adult lifetimes at 60 years old. Well, two adult lifetimes, counting over 20. But yeah, like stop waiting on things, just make things happen. If you don't know how to do it, realize that you don't know how to do it and start learning how to do it. Research is a starting point, right? Learning how to do it, getting a mentor is a starting point, right? We're looking at the goal like I'm just going to be at the goal right now. I don't know how to reach this goal, right? But you know the path towards the goal, or you can ask someone, how do you get there? Or you can read a book on how to get there, or you can just start walking, right? Once you start walking, oh, like this don't look right. Turn back, go another way. At least you know not to go that way next time, all right? So I just want to leave you with that. Um, Stop waiting, right? That's all I just want to say. Stop waiting, make stuff happen if you really want to accomplish it. If you don't. Stop saying you do. But yeah, I just want to talk to y'all about that. Thanks for watching. Ty Ferguson-Bey. If you have any questions, just let me know. I have a studio here. If you have a message that you want to share and you want to do your podcast, or if you want to do a talking head video like this, just let me know and you come through and we can book some time together. So, all right, thank you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. Always got to check to see if I got some questions. Do-do, do-do, do, do-do, 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 do. But yeah, I see y'all. Thanks for watching. All right, talk to y'all. Bye.